Well, 2019 is in our rearview mirror and 2020 is staring us in the face. But the real question is, with Marvel rebuilding, is this finally the year the DCEU is going to take over? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms. If you're finding me for the very first time, please be sure to click that like and subscribe button. So 2019 has been a big year, especially for Disney and the MCU, Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel. But with all that done, a lot of people feel like Marvel's in the rebuilding phase. I don't know if they're necessarily rebuilding, but I do think it's going to be a much slower start. We're not going to get these giant team-up movies that we've gotten so much frequently in the past. So the question is, now with Marvel doing this rebuilding phase, is this finally going to be the year, is 2020 finally going to be the year that Warner Brothers in the DCEU beats the MCU? That is a question, and I think there's some valid information on here that can actually lead to that conclusion. Because when we look at it, at the end of the year, we're going to have 2 DCEU films and 2 MCU films. Which movies are going to cancel them out? So if we look at the DCEU, we have Birds of Prey as well as Wonder Woman 1984. Over on the MCU line, we have The Eternals and Black Widow. So let's just break these down movie to movie. So Black Widow, I think, is actually going to be really, really huge. I don't necessarily think it's going to break $1 billion, but if it does, I wouldn't be shocked. So let me just make that very clear. Yes, I am saying that I don't think it will. That's just me giving an estimated guess. But if it does, I wouldn't be shocked. Whereas you look at Wonder Woman, I put that on the same par as Black Widow, where we do know Eternals is coming out, but when it comes to Eternals, it's a new IP, much like Birds of Prey is a new IP for the DCEU. So Wonder Woman is their established IP, Black Widow is Marvel's established IP. Pairing those two together, I think Wonder Woman is definitely going to come up on top. I definitely think Wonder Woman is going to make more money than Black Widow. How much more, that's yet to be seen. I just think the hype and how good that trailer is definitely going to put it above Black Widow. But really, that MCU name carries a lot of weight. So at the end of the day, it's really a flip of a coin. But if I had to put my money on it, I definitely think that Wonder Woman will end up making over $1 billion. And I do think it's going to make more than Black Widow. Now we look over at the 2 new IPs coming into the franchise, which is Birds of Prey. Although Harley Quinn is attached, she's an established character, Birds of Prey is a new IP for the DCEU. And we look over at Marvel and they got The Eternals. The Eternals looks interesting, but a lot of people don't know anything about the Eternals. Like, your average moviegoer doesn't know anything about the Eternals, much like we didn't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy. So the question comes down, what's going to make more, Birds of Prey or the Eternals? That is your $1 million question right there. Like, I have no clear-cut answer for you there. I look at Birds of Prey and I go, you have Harley Quinn. People love Harley Quinn. People might not think she's a big character, but unless you buy comics every month or you go to comic book conventions, you have no idea how much of a fan favorite that character is. She is the Deadpool of DC. That's how popular that character is. So is Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn enough to put that movie over Eternals? I don't know. You look at Eternals, they have a great cast. I want to see what they do. I'm more curious in Eternals because I have no idea what to expect from Eternals. But I look at Birds of Prey, and although I hate the title, the trailers haven't been god-awful. I just wish they would have titled it Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey instead of having it called Birds of Prey as the main title. But that's just my nitpicks of it. But when you look at it and you judge the DCEU 2 films with the MCU 2 film that's coming out this year, I think that DC has a better chance of walking away at the end of the year making more money off their 2 films rather than Marvel has with their 2 films. Now, like I said, we don't know for sure. I'm just giving an estimated guess. A lot of people like to think that I'm putting everything in stone. Nothing is in stone. I'm just looking at the IPs that are established and trying to give an estimated guess on what I think. Marvel has been dominating the box office for 10 years. DC has been playing catch up. I have given Warner Brothers and DC a lot of shit over the years for not being able to establish their franchise in their universe. But this could be the year they turn all that around. and they can come out more profitable than the MCU. But I want to know what you guys think. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Do you think that 2020 is the year that Warner Brothers in the DCEU finally gets a win over the MCU, or do you think that MCU name is just too strong and is unbreakable? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.